Okay, today we're going to do our notes number 16, which is going to be actually the last notes for this unit. And we're going to go over the extended response, which is like our longer word problem on the test. And then we're going to do a little bit of review. So the first one says, the first four we're just solving. So you have negative 16 plus 5m is less than 5 minus 2m. So first we have to move our variable to the left side. So we're going to move this 2m. We have to do the opposite, which is adding 2m. We got to add it to the 5m. So we get negative 16 plus 7m is less than 5. Then we have to move our 16. Since it's negative, we're going to do a positive 16. So we're going to get 7m is less than 21. And then our last step is to divide both sides. Since we're dividing by a positive number, our inequality sign can stay the same. So if we go down to our number line, we're going to put 0, 3, and negative 3. This is going to be an open circle since there's no equal to sign underneath. So we're going to do an open circle. Plug in 0. Is 0 less than 3? This is true, so that means 0 is a solution. So I'm going to shade in the direction. And remember, you have to shade everywhere. You're not just shading towards 0, you're shading the rest of that line because any number less than 3 is going to be a solution. Okay, number 2. I have 15 plus 2m is greater than or equal to 4m plus 7. So first, we're going to move our 4m. We got to do the opposite, so we got to subtract. We get 15 minus 2m is greater than or equal to 7. Then we have to move our 15, so we're going to subtract. We get negative 2m is greater than or equal to negative 8. And then our last step is to divide by negative 2. Now, because we're dividing by this negative sign right here on both sides, we have to flip our inequality signs. We're going to get m is less than or equal to negative 8 divided by negative 2 is going to give me a positive 4. So because I divided both sides by that negative sign, I have to apply my golden rule, which is flip our inequality. So I have 0, 4, negative 4. This is going to be a closed circle. So is 0 less than or equal to 4? Yes. So that means we're going to shade everything where 0 is on that side. Okay, moving on to number 3 and 4, which are a little bit different. So number 4, you should see your first step is going to be to distribute. 4x minus 12 minus 4 is greater than 2x plus 6. Then we're going to combine like terms. We can combine the negative 12 and the negative 4 to get negative 16. If you don't combine those, that's okay. You may just move each of them over individually a little bit further on. Subtract 2x. So to get our variable to the left, so we're going to get 2x minus 16 is greater than 6. And then we're going to add 16 to both sides. We get 2x is greater than 22. And then our last step is to divide by 2. It's a positive 2, so we don't need to do anything with our sign. So that's my answer. Graphing it on the number line. 0, positive 11, negative 11. This is going to be an open circle on a positive 11. Is 0 bigger than 11? No, this is false, so we're going to shade away from 0 since it's not a solution. Okay, so that one was a little bit longer. Let me know if you have any questions on the steps. Okay, going on to number 4. Again, my first step is to distribute. So the 4 minus 2x stays the same. 10, 2 times 3x is 6x, 2 times 1 is 2. Then keep your 4 minus 2x, and then on the right side, we can combine 12 and 2 to get 10 and 2 to get 12. Then I need to move my 6x over. We get 4 minus 8x is less than or equal to 12. Then we got to move our 4 over. So we get negative 8x is less than or equal to 8. And then our last step is to divide both sides by that negative 8. So again, I'm dividing both sides by a negative number, so I have to flip my inequality sign. 8 divided by negative 8 is going to give you a negative 1. Number line 0, 1, negative 1. This is going to be a closed circle. Is 0 bigger than negative 1? Yes, this is true. So that means I'm going to shade where 0 is on that entire side. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that problem. So on both 3 and 4, those are a little bit more difficult because there are more steps than 1 and 2. So keep that in mind. Given the following inequality, determine if 5 is a solution. So we're going to have to solve this inequality, and then we're going to say, can 5 be a solution or not? So subtract 6, we're going to get 4x. Ooh. It's greater than 6. Nope, I'm just going to back up. 4x is greater than 16. Then divide both sides by 4. X is bigger than 4. So I have to think. So you have to take this 5 and kind of plug it in for x. So is 5 greater than 4? Yes. So is 5 a solution? Yes, it is a solution. Okay, let's go on to the back side where we have we have kind of two problems. It says the school is having a fundraiser selling mums. The expense for the fundraiser is $80. If the school sells 10 mums for $10 each, how many mums will they have to sell in order to make more than $800? So I'm going to go through. I'm going to circle my numbers. So I have 80, 10, and 800. So this 80 is going to be an expense. So that means I know I'm subtracting. This is $10 each, so I know that's where my x is going to go, and it's more than, so I know I need to use a greater than sign. And it's wanting to know how many mums. So that's going to be my let statement. So let x equal number of mums. So let's see, a negative 80, because that's an expense, plus 10x, because it's $10 per mums, and we want to make more than $800. If you flip the 10x and the negative 80, that is perfectly fine. So then I solve this. Add 80. 10x is greater than 880. And then divide by 10. So I get x is greater than 88. So I want you to think about what that lets. So they wanted more than $800. That means they must sell more than 88 mums. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on that. So now going down to the bottom, this one kind of combines two types of word problems that we have talked about. So we're going to look into each of these. It says how many additional visits are needed for the cost to be the same for the plans. So we have plan A and we have plan B. We have our base price and then we have additional visits. So additional visits is where X is going to be. So we need to set up an equation to represent this. So plan A equals plan B. So we're going to do 18 plus 5x equals 36 plus 3x. So we've already kind of done that just with a different type of problem. So we're going to subtract 3x. We get 18 plus 2x equals 36. Subtract 18, we get 2x equals 18. Divide by 2. So x equals 9. So how many additional visits? 9. So how many additional visits are needed for the cost to be the same? So it will take 9 additional visits for the cost to be the same. So I basically just answered what they asked me. Okay, now let's go down to the last problem, which still is in connection with this. It said you have $90 allotted in your budget. That means I only have $90 to spend in my budget. And you want to pay for your gym membership. If you change plan B, what is the maximum number of additional visits you can afford? So we're going to set up and solve inequality. So if we only have $90 to spend, we can't spend any more, but we can spend exactly. We're going to spend less than or equal to 90. And then we're going to go up and look at our plan B. Plan B, we have 36 and 3. So we're going to do 36 plus 3x. And then we're going to solve it. Minus 36. We get 3x is less than or equal to 54. Divided by 3, we're going to get x is less than or equal to 18. So at most, how many visits can they afford? They can afford at most. So make sure you remember that at most part. That's very important. 18 additional visits. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions on any of our word problems or any of the review from today.